welcome.
You're welcome to Afternoon Vibes, a place where you come to relax and learn while you enjoy yourself. While you eat, while you drive, while you do whatever you're doing, while you're in the bus or anything. Yes, you're welcome to Afternoon Vibes. Here again, myself and my presenter are here, but we have one more person with us.
Yeah.
My name is Akinwale Deborah, and my co-presenter is.
Are you sure everything's fine? Shayo John Adebayo, actually.
All right, and then we have a guest here.
Mr. Atimbi Olanrewaju. Let's welcome him to the show.
Welcome him now.
Yes, we told you that we're going to be discussing tech skills today. So we brought, even looking at it, that this is a tech man.
Good enough for your hand.
Tech our brain today. All right, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break.
Right back.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's Afternoon Vibes, and today promises to be another great time. Today's episode promises to be great, exciting, educating, informative, and everything. So, last week, that was on Friday, was it Friday? Yeah. We talked about school. Is it school and skills?
School.
Okay, that we're doing school skills.
Skill.
So, and we, if you missed that episode, you need to go back to our YouTube channel.
Before you watch this one.
Yes.
So go there now first.
You need to go back to watch that. Honestly, there was a lot that was said there, because we understand that today many young people are beginning to lose interest in going to school with the misconception that, after all, is it not because of money? That's why we're going to school, to have a certificate and then to be able to get a job. But, it's far, far, far from it. We analyzed it. We opened, your eyes to so many things why it's important to go to school. The knowledge, the experience, the exposure that you get from, schooling, you will never get that outside the walls of school. There's a lot of benefit, a lot of advantages beyond just getting out of school and then get a job. And then we talked about skills. So many skills that are available to us that we can take advantage of, because the way the world is going and the world is moving gradually from paper, certificate to skills, what you can do with your hands. So we talked a lot about that. Just go back and watch that on our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on TV, our YouTube channel is RTM TV World, or Facebook. You can watch on our Facebook page, Redemption Television Ministry. So, but you can just watch this now. We are here today. So today we are talking about tech skills, because we discovered that, in the world of skills, there are some other skills that are bringing in more money. People are cashing out, like they used to say. People are cashing out like daily. And this wonderful young man with us on the show today, I met him not too long from now, and the very first encounter I had with him, we talked, and he was saying a lot of things. And, one of the things he said that day that I held on to, he said there are so many things people can do, but just because of not having that knowledge, he said it's knowledge. They don't have the knowledge. So there are so many opportunities that people can take advantage of, but because they are ignorant of those information, they don't have those information, so they keep suffering, they keep, crying for hunger and all of that. So that's why we brought him on the show today. Of course, me too, we have done one or two research. We are going to be bringing it together. So we're going to be looking at the technological aspect of skills now. So that's our focus today, digital skills, and that cuts across. But let me not do more talking now. Let's have our guest, of course, maybe formally introduce himself, and then take it up from there. So you're welcome to the show once again, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir. My name is Olanrewaju Atumbi. I'm a visual designer. I'm also an artist. So I've been doing tech roughly like 2-3 years now, but I've actually been doing art before that time. And I remember when I was in school that time, during my university days, I would say that, a lot has been done to learning this art of a thing, which is the knowledge we are talking about now. But we've done nothing or little to the business area of art. So you see a lot of artisans that know so much about what they have gone to learn, But how to now turn it to money will not be a problem, which it is not the information now. Bible says that my people are perished because of lack of knowledge. Another version will say information. So one thing is to have the knowledge, another thing is to have the information on how to, turn your knowledge to money. So that's what actually now launched me into the world of freelancing, where I now saw the in-depth what's it called, opportunities, yes, and resources. And I discovered that, when they say that Nigeria actually, a lot of young people are now doing a fraud or, scamming people all over the world. I want to also tell you that a lot of young people too are also doing, great things too with skills, technological skills precisely, and they are making us proud. Just recently, a 19-year-old boy actually raised about $1.1 million, yes, solving a, what's it called, transaction problem, global transaction problem. I'm trying to remember the name of that young man now. Just a few weeks ago. Wow. He's also a Nigerian.
Wow. All right, so that's enough to just, whet your appetite and keep you relaxed. So if you were actually doing something else before, and okay, so just sit down and then for the next 30 to 40 minutes of your time, let's sit down and learn together. Let's sit down and learn together. So today, like I said, thank you, sir, for that introduction. When I heard $1 million, something don't so the truth is now, let us get in straight. The world is evolving. There are so many things that have changed. The time of our fathers and this time, there is a world of difference. So we need to, open, or let me say, we need to wake up to our present day reality. The present day reality, as far as this age is concerned, is skills and digital skills. Now we're going to be breaking it down. It's not because when you're hearing digital skills, some of you must, I don't even know how to go on Facebook. So I don't even have an email. So we're going to break it down in a way that everybody can benefit. You understand? And before I throw it back to Mr. Atumbi again, some of the skills we're talking about here, before we came live, we're talking about, I think you talked about content writing. There's some of you, you just have this creative ability to write. You understand? You can just look at the sun and then you're already writing. It makes sense. That's a skill. Yeah. Somebody needs that in a blog. Somebody needs that in a website. You understand? And then you'll be earning cool cash. It's just because you don't know the way. You don't know the way of the spirit.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah.
I think before we start to talk about tech in itself, I'd like you to tell us what brought you to tech. Like, how did you get here?
Tell us your hustle.
Okay.
Before the.
Why are you not working somewhere? Why are you not doing electrician? Why are you not doing like they say? Go and read local doctor. Go and read doctor. Why are you not doing all those?
What are you going for?
So how did you get here?
Doctor, lawyer,
local lawyer.
It's not those 2 or 3. You're not studying.
So how did you get here?
Okay, like I said, that I'm a visual artist. I don't like using the word artist because I'm actually an artist and I'm also a photographer. Okay. Back to school for my undergraduate program, I've been doing photography before that time, and I would say that T.Y. Bello is my role model. I've been saying that T.Y. Bello, Bayo Moborewo, and I discovered something. I discovered that even the person that I learned photography from, didn't do so much, just that minimal, very, very mini level. Why? Because he didn't go to school.
Okay.
Just a school start with that. So those people that I've been looking, up to, are people that have gone to the university. So I saw that difference between, I said, Then I look at
go to school.
Go to school. Gideon Dukoya, also a wedding photographer. I said, this guy is a graduate of University of Lagos. So I said I have to go back to school. I actually put a call across to some of them. Bayo Moborewo actually replied my mail. So, and he also encouraged me, and I went back to school that time in 2016. To study fine and applied arts, because that's the closest course to photography in Nigeria. So after that time, I was doing my project when COVID came. COVID actually did a lot of terrible things to the world at large. So that now made me to now start, because I needed money and I couldn't even work. People were no longer doing events. There was lockdown.
Exactly.
So I had to start looking for something else to do. That's how I got into blockchain technology, from blockchain technology. Don't forget, I studied fund and applied that. I specialized in graphics in school. So, okay. So now, they say everybody has to learn tech now. This is the new oil boom. But they say you have to know mathematics. So I look at myself, I don't even like mathematics. Do you understand now? So now, how can I feature? I started doing research and I discovered that there's what they call UI and UX, which is user interface and user experience that a designer can do. That is also tech. So I have to start learning that, and I paid for a course online. That's how I got.
Good, and that's a very wonderful something he said last now. He said, but I paid for a course. He said
Yes,
that now.
I did.
So we also need to
About
understand.
100,000 naira.
Wow. We also need to understand that, to acquire some of these skills would cost you something. You understand? Sometimes it could be money. Sometimes it could be, even if you might not be able to afford 100,000.
Service time.
It could be night sub. Like, okay, maybe you have to, maybe you downloaded the material or something. You need to use night sub or something, or just you're feeding money or something. It must just cost you something. Don't just sit down and expect the knowledge to come and meet you, because the world is competitive. Even this tech world we're talking about is highly competitive. There are hundreds and thousands of people who are also doing that same thing. So what gives you an edge over them? That's the knowledge you have that they don't have. That's the extra you put into your work. So I'm sure you're getting value. I'm sure somebody is being inspired already. This is a young man just like you and I, or many of us watching also, and God has helped him to a level. But look at his journey. You understand? He had to pay for it. He saw a need. He saw an area he had passion for. And then he went for it. And he's doing it, enjoying what he's doing. You understand? Glory be to God.
I would say COVID did you good.
Yes. In fact, I can say that the whole turnaround came during the COVID-19.
Exactly.
And I'm going to add to what you just said now. I paid, after that time, I even paid for one course that almost $600. Then that was over 300K. Or close to that I paid for another course also. You see, sometimes you don't actually have to pay. I paid, you must not pay.
You don't have
There's something that I learned from Joshua Selma, Apostle Joshua Selma. He would say that sometimes all you need to do is to just, sacrifice, pay with sacrifice. Now, someone that is doing something not so far from your house. What's stopping from doing to the person? Help the person. Help the person to wash clothes. Do you get it now? Be with the person.
Buy food.
Indirectly, buy food for the person. Indirectly, you are learning from the person. Are you learning it free? No, you paid.
But it's free.
But you understand now? So don't let your own excuse be like, I don't have money. That should not stop you. Do you get it now? Look for those people or send a chat to them. Some of them also, in fact, majority of them, they are someone that probably they have gone through what they are currently passing through now. Right. So open up to them. I want to learn this thing. I don't have the money. You get it now? And I believe that God is going to help you and you will find favor.
Amen. Wow. That's great. Is somebody being inspired already?
If we end here, we've done something that makes sense.
Exactly. So I want you, while the show goes on, I want you to really be attentive. It might just be a line that you need. It might just be a statement that you need. Be attentive and be on the lookout. Be sensitive for that one word that will turn your life around. Because the truth is, based on what I've discovered lately, the pressure coming from lack of finances, lack of resources, is increasing now. Both, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, or maybe the world you live in, you don't know, you don't feel it.
No, we are feeling it.
And I'm talking from the experiences of people around that I've seen. In fact, presently as I speak, there's somebody so close to me that this is causing a major challenge in an aspect of his life. And you understand? So, and this money exists. This money is somewhere. You understand? So you just need to channel a path for the money to come to you. You understand? We have something called stream of income. So you need to channel that path that the stream will flow through you. Sure. And one of that way to achieve that is having a skill, and this time around tech skill. Now we'll be going on a musical break now. So when we come back, we'll be diving fully into some of these skills. We'll be talking about them. Mr. Atobi will be helping us with that, talking about some of these skills, different examples. You can also go and check online for yourself, but we're going to mention some and give you a little guideline on how you can get started. So Don't go anywhere. Enjoy this musical break, and we'll be right back.
back.
I rock my started earrings and my Nikes when I go out. I like my volume all the way up, so loud. I got a little ink on my body. I got a little thing for somebody. I got a little thing for somebody, and I ain't trying to hurt nobody. But them tell me we don't do it like this. Them tell me we don't do it like that. Them tell me we don't talk like this. Them tell me we don't talk like that. When I'm around you, I am myself. I don't have to be no one else. Cause you let me, cause you let me, cause you let me be me. Cause you let me, cause you let me, cause you let me be me. Around you, around you.
I'ma be a little bit impatient, or maybe just a little bit crazy. Some find fault in how you made me, but you love me all the same, yeah. That's why I need me conda, yeah. You let me be myself on a daily, make me feel at home while I'm vacant. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah.
Them tell me we don't do it like this. Them tell me we don't do it like that. Them tell me we don't talk like this. Them tell me we don't talk like that. When I'm around you, I am myself. I don't have to be no one else. Cause you let me, cause you let me, cause you let me be me. Cause you let me, cause you let me, cause you let me be me. Around you, where else can I find joy if it is not your presence? Where else can I find peace if it is not your presence? Where else can I find hope if it is not your presence? Where else can I find love if it is not your presence? Where else can I find myself if it is not your presence? I don't have. Where else can I find peace if it is not your presence? Where else can I find myself if it is not your presence? I don't have. Where else can I find love if it is not your presence? Cause you let me, cause you let me, cause you let me be me. Cause you let me, cause you let me, cause you let me be me. Cause you let me, cause you let me, cause you let me be me. Cause you let me, cause you let me, cause you let me be me. Around you.
Welcome back to Afternoon Vibes. Hope you enjoyed that music. Yes, so we're talking about tech skills. Tech skills. We've in case you don't know, you can rewind. You can go on YouTube in case you're not rewind and see how we've gingered. Even we ourselves are gingered. So I would like to just give a short definition of tech skill, which also means digital skills. They are broadly defined as the skills needed to use digital devices, that's maybe computer or some other things, communication applications and networks to access and manage information. So at their core, these skills help people communicate and collaborate, develop and share digital content, and they solve problems anywhere in the world. So we are made to understand that, number one, this tech skill is not for our local environment. It even makes you relevant globally. It makes you can even start to work for another country while you're in your country. You can do anything with tech skills. You make more money in your house with tech skills. With tech skills, the job you are doing, it gives you an edge with the job that you are doing, whatever job you are doing. You don't have to drop your job. It can be a side hustle. It can be an edge to whatever you're doing in your company. So we'll open the ground now for our boss to tell us more about tech skills.
Yeah. Mr. Atumbi, you have the floor.
Okay, actually, I would not agree with the fact that it's not for our local environment.
It's not only.
Yeah, it's not only
environment.
because the Bolt app that we all use now, if you want to go, I'm very sure we all know the Bolt app actually was created by a 19-year-old boy from
Oh, really?
yes, from Estonia, Tallinn city precisely. So you can imagine Bolt all the way from Estonia, Scandinavia country, and Nigeria is actually the major market.
Oh.
Yes. You want to talk about the Spotify app that we all use today, also from Sweden. You can imagine, these people, they saw the problems. Now they are providing solutions and they are getting paid for it.
Exactly.
The secret of making money is discovering problems. When you see the problem, then provide solutions, then you'll be paid for it. So tech skills actually is what is giving us that ability to choose how long you want to work and when you want to work. Nobody have to decide when you have to work. Then you get paid just like somebody in the US. So you can be in Nigeria, even though our living expenses is so low, but you are getting paid like somebody staying in the United States. Do you get it now? So imagine you are now earning as much as 3 million. In fact, I just remember now that my friend that is in Ghana, his son is working for a company in Germany, and they pay him 3,100 euro every month. The guy is working from home. He's 22 years. He didn't even go to school. He didn't even go to school. He's a developer, front-end developer, and working from home. Do you get it now? There's another friend of mine in Enugu State. He's a UI designer working for a company in Dubai, and they pay him 3,000 euros every month. So that's over 1.5 million naira. I don't think there's any entry-level job that anybody can do in Nigeria and they pay you that huge amount of money. So tech skills is very, very, and what actually made tech skills now, global, it was also the COVID. Do you understand now? Because people are forced to now, work from home. People need shift to that virtual.
Young people lost their jobs.
Yes, and it will not stop there. It will not stop there. Actually, I was watching Barcelona game yesterday, and during the halftime, they needed to spray the grass. They get it now, and I don't know what they call it, something like a pipe like this came
from the ground.
If it was to be 5 years ago now, there will be maybe 5-10 people that will be, So now it will definitely continue. So we have to also shift and make ourselves important, make ourselves relevant to the world that we are entering now, so that we will not be irrelevant. Do you understand now?
Yes. So can we look at some of these skills?
Okay, like I said, when I was getting into the tech world, when they said that you have to know mathematics, know how to code, I was like, how do I now? Me that I don't like mathematics. So I discovered that there are other areas of tech that you must not really code. In fact, you don't even need coding at all. So that's why I could do my UI and UX, and there are other ones also. So maybe we should start from the non-coding, then we'll talk about the coding. So for non-coding, there is UI and UX design. UI and UX design is very, very, in fact, there is no area of tech skills that you don't need a designer.
Yes.
Because somebody must actually do the framework. Then we have the user interface, which is actually for people that know how to design. Then the UX is more or less for psychologists or scientists. So you want to say that I was not even in art when I was in the university or secondary school, you can still do UX. Because all about UX is how user feels, the emotion. Yeah. What makes them prefer this app to another app? What makes them prefer this product to another product? So the other ones like data analysis. There is technical writer, there is a creative writing also. Yeah, creative writing. You even like writing. You can write for Africa, like normally say. Just like writing, I know someone when I was in school that if you ask him to come and talk in front of people now, he can't even do that. But when it comes to just giving a pen and a free sheet, he will do everything there. So you've been doing that, but you are just doing it for fun. Get into tech. I know a copywriter that earns as much as $2,000 in a month. That's over 1 million naira. $1 is now 590. Do the calculation. You know, I know someone that is into he manages their social media handles. They call them virtual assistants. He's also tech.
I hope you are taking note of some of these skills being mentioned. Write it down and go and do more research about them so you know which one best suits you, which one you know you can fit in. Sorry, before you leave writing, since you mentioned writing, I think we should talk more about the different angles, branches of writing. You know, we have creative writing.
Yes, we have technical writing. We have content writing. We have copywriting.
This copywriting, my brother, my sister, if you are really creative with words, you understand, because when we talk about copywriting, it means it means salesmanship in print, advertising in print, words, you know, that is, you know, geared towards
convert.
Exactly,
Yes.
geared towards making people take an action. So, you know, that naturally there's some people that have this, you know, gift. So this is something that can bring you good fortune. You understand? And we're going to talk about that at the end of the show. Like, okay, having these skills, now should I just approach any company and say, okay, I have this skill, or how do I go about it? You don't even need to, you know, go to any company. There are ways you can use these skills and earn with them online. There are so many platforms. We'll be mentioning that at the end of the show. We'll be mentioning some platforms you can actually get on and offer this service to a wide range of clients all across the globe, and you'll be earning money. So we'll talk about you. She's 25 and she's earning about, you know, $1,000 in 2 weeks. So I hope somebody's head is opening. My head is opening like this. All right, continue, sir.
You are even an evangelist. You know, in the church, they know you. When you talk to new convert like this, I mean, unbelievers, you know how to get them converted. Maybe God is saying something. I don't know. Maybe you have to be a copywriter. Me, I don't know. You know, copywriting is writing to sell. You know, that ability to write and get people
to win people over.
You know, to win them over to a side or anything you want them to do. Anything you want them to do. That's copywriting. You know, there's this creative writing also. You know, can write me writing an article from your primary school days. My best food, my best friend. You know those articles. Now you are in the university now. You now write for maybe your school magazines or the like. You can make so much money doing that. You know, beyond writing love letter and the like.
and then you also mentioned the virtual assistant, or in a layman language, social media management. There are many brands that need this. Even there are many small scale businesses that they know that they're supposed to have a strong online presence, but they don't really know how to go about it. You can do a little research and know about hashtags, know the right time to post, know how to go up, and then you collect 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. Before you know what's happening, you know, at the end of the month, it piles up to be something. So,
in fact, the person that taught me freelancing, I don't want to mention his name, I taught me freelancing. He's actually a copywriter, and he said that that was 2020, late 2020. You know, was working for some companies in Nigeria. You know, he will help them to manage. He didn't even know that they call it virtual assistant. Actually, you know, we help them to manage their Instagram page. You know, schedule posts and the whole do Twitter, Facebook, and they were paying him 30K. They will even still hold the young man, and he was like, of course, I'm not even doing anything. I'm working from home. I will just buy data. Until he got to know about this freelancing. Now that he earned over $5,000 in a month, sometimes in a month, $5,000. Yes, he's working from Calabar
as well.
Yes, and I had to even learn. I learned from him online. So I've never even met the man. You know, I paid for a course, watched videos, and I got started. Do you get it now? So that's what he's doing. So that's what they call it virtual assistant. So you know how to do all those things, or you've even been doing it, or you don't even know. But you know, your Instagram page is very, very active. You know, you're active on it. You are getting a lot of followers. Maybe if you know about this freelancing and you are doing it, imagine you are doing something that you have passion for, that you love doing, and you are getting paid for the same thing. Think about it.
Wow. Hope you are noting it.
You can see I'm quiet.
Yes, let's look at more of some of these tech skills too.
Okay, so there's web analytics specialists. You can even do web designing. Web designing is different from web development. Many people get that wrong. Web designing, you don't need coding at all. You don't need coding. You know, my friend my friend got a web designing project just last week here. The client paid him 120K for the project. Now let me shock you. The client that paid him 120K for the project got the job online.
Wow.
On a freelancing platform. Now, me, I'm very sure because of my experience that she'll be getting, the lady actually, that she'll be getting the project for like $600 or even more. But she paid my own friend because she doesn't even know anything about web designing. But she got the job, paid my friend to do the job for her.
You can be a middleman.
For 120K.
You can be
So
a
of course
middleman.
he quickly grabbed because the lady purchased almost all the domain, purchased everything that he needed to use for the project. Are you getting it now? So there's a lot of things. So the web designing is actually about designing. You know, there is a Magento, there is a what's this other platform again? A WordPress.
WordPress.
You know, the template is already there. Just start changing the template. You know, then just a little bit of a design background. But for web development, you have to code. So you can get, you know, a web design is something that you can learn within 2-3 weeks, and you get started. Yes. So there is project management. Actually, project management is, if not the highest paid in the non-coding tech in the US, as I speak now, it should be the second. Project, what do they do? You know, more or less like a consultant. You know, you want to do a new product, like an app or, you know, anything that you want to flag. You talk to them, they know what you want, they get experts and make sure they supervise the project till the final stage, and they get paid for that. Then talking about coding, of course, coding language, you have to understand coding language. There are people that actually do that, like what it is coding languages. And there is a source control, database knowledge, data structures and algorithms, cryptography.
So which one is cryptography?
Cryptography is actually, you know, if you, I don't know where to start now. You know, a cryptocurrency. Now, those the elements that makes a cryptocurrency, yes, is actually the cryptography.
Oh.
Because a whole lot of coding also that makes that. When you talk about Ethereum now, you know, there's that developer that actually coded everything until, yeah.
Those currencies, those Doge.
Yes, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin,
Yeah.
BNB, you know, the likes, Link, several of them.
Is it close to UI UX, like UI?
Of course, UI UX to still work with. As I said, that UI UX you have to actually work
Okay,
with
for every
all of
project,
them.
yeah.
Yes, because they need to be a design.
Yeah.
Because after your coding, you still need somebody to be convinced
it
and
out.
buy it. So you need a design that can actually make it welcoming and people want to, you know, buy that. Of course, even the coin will have a logo. The designer will have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Atumbi, thank you so much for all you've said, because I'm actually watching the time now. Okay, now for someone who is watching now, we have actually mentioned some of these skills. Of course, we expect you to, of course, go to your friend, Google, you understand,
Your
exactly,
best friend.
to read more
Or
and check more
YouTube.
of these things. We're just trying to mention some of them. We can't talk about everything today. Our goal today is just to open your eyes to the fact that there's lots more you're missing out. There's lots more that you are not, that you don't know, and you need to know. You understand? Now, for someone who is watching and then he wants to, okay, how do I get? He wants to know how he would get started. Like, okay, what would you say? And like, you know, because we want to give them like a call to action. You know, when we post something now, you know, when we put the caption, we do a call to action. So what's the call to action we're giving to them now? Like, okay, someone who does not even know anything about this or has never thought about, you know, skills in this area. So what do you want to tell them? How should they get started? And, you know, just let's hear from you, so that where do we take it from here, so that they'll not say you are mentioning money now. How do I really get started?
The first stage actually is to be inquisitive. That's the first stage. Now, you know, that hunger, that taste, you must have it. Then if you're already in that stage now, you know, you're testing for more, you know, you want more. So the next thing now is to go to Google. Of course, I would say that's your best friend. go to Google, do research on some of these things that we have mentioned, maybe top 10 in demand tech skills, something like that, top 20, if you are already falling in love with any of this. Now the next thing now is to get knowledge. You need to be trained, you need to be tutored, you need to be mentored. Do you get it now? So when you get the knowledge, then you now start thinking of, okay, the information, where to now market your skills, where to now market yourself. If I don't know if I'm permitted to mention some of these platforms, those platforms are there. Even though you still need a guide, you still need a mentor. Do you get it now? But I can mention some of these platforms. Some of them even use them. I don't know if I can go ahead and
Please go ahead.
You can.
So there is Upwork. There is Upwork. Upwork too, it's kind of tricky. So you have to really understand and be mentored, because if you don't get it right, if you try to register on Upwork, because Upwork is actually a place that they try to avoid people getting scammed, something like that. So if you don't understand how Upwork, how it works, you can actually get there and because if you are not getting it right and try to register, they will ban you from registering for the next 6 months. Do you get it now? Yes. So try to register on Upwork. That after you get the knowledge now, register on Upwork, you can get clients on Upwork.
It's like Fiverr.
It's like Fiverr, but it's better than Fiverr. Oh. It's like, it came after Fiverr. They saw Fiverr and saw the lapses. So they now try to,
see a problem and give a solution.
Also, LinkedIn is another platform. I don't know why people spend so much time on Facebook. Not that those places is actually bad. Do you get it now? But if you are there, know that you are there for a reason, not to just while away time like people do. You can get clients on LinkedIn, even on Facebook. I'm sorry, I will say this again. A friend of mine, not really a friend, we are in the same group, got $20,000 on Facebook to do copywriting.
My God.
So you can also get clients on Facebook too. You can get on Twitter. Yes, I saw a tweet yesterday of a guy that got a job, not copywriting though, design, UX designer, on Twitter without even sending a resume or anything. Met the person on Twitter. The person posted that she needed she needed a designer, and he just tweeted on that I can do it. From there, enter DM and he got the job. So just get the knowledge, get a mentor, and get started. And you must not perfect everything before you start. Most of those big companies you see today, they didn't get everything right when they started. Just start anyhow. Nike would say, just do it. So just do it. Just do it.
And then let me take your attention to something. He said, get a mentor. Okay, he said first, get the knowledge, get a mentor.
The two can go together.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get the knowledge from
the mentor. Yes.
Good. So because it's always important so that it will shorten the journey. You don't have to do trial and error. Look at what he said on one of the platforms, Upwork. If you don't know how to, go about it, you just be banned, and then for the next 6 months, you understand, that can even discourage you. That, let me just go and be carrying my certificate everywhere. You understand? So get someone who has done it before, someone who has gone ahead of you, and be humble enough to learn. Now, the truth is, the time we have for this on this show is not enough at all to really educate you. In fact, there's nothing we can even educate you here. All we can do is to open your eyes, to increase your desire to want to know more. That there's a lot more out there that you don't know and you need to know, and it's just at at the tip of your, what was it now, very close, like Yoruba will say, what you're looking for in Shokoto. Yes, and this is it. You understand? Everything is here. The world is here. Can you look at that phone? You're in the world. Can you imagine? You're carrying the world. Woo!
Don't waste the resources.
As a matter of fact, you don't even need a PC to do copywriting. Just your phone. That phone that you've been buying data every day to just chat. And while they wait time, like you normally say, people say that while they wait time, you make a lot of money with that phone.
So as we begin to end this, so what I would say as a way of rounding off is that look at of course you know yourself better than any other person, so look at your area of strength and then search for a digital skill or a tech skill in that line. For instance, someone who loves writing, or someone who loves writing, you could think of script writing, you understand, movie script writing, TV script writing, or copywriting or creative writing. You understand? Someone who loves color, who loves design, who loves to like read art now. You could think of skills in that line. Just search. All these things are online. We don't need to tell you everything. So just go online. So because it's important you get a skill that is in line with your interest and passion. You understand? Because if you don't have passion for it, you get tired. Because we are talking about $1,000, $2,000, $20,000. It's not as easy as that.
Yes.
You have to sweat it out first. You understand? So, but if you're not passionate about it, you get tired easily. So now, youth of this generation, we don't have any excuse not to make it. We don't have any excuse not to succeed. We do not have any excuse not to have this money. I told someone that I keep saying that I've learned not to see God as maybe God, why did you do me this? Or God, are you still there? No. Because I know as far as God is concerned, He has done His part. It's just, if there's something that I don't have now, there's something I need to know that I don't know. So instead of saying, God, where are you? Have you forgotten me? Let me search for the knowledge. You understand? The more you know, the better your life becomes. So there's a lot out there. Just go online. If you don't have data, do night surfing. Just go on YouTube. Digital skills or work from home ideas or work from home jobs. There are a lot of them. And you can start from the very basic. You have, a passion or flair for posting online. Sometimes you just do selfie. So, which means you can actually convert that same thing you are doing for fun to money. That I told you, I once did that. You understand? There are some small scale businesses that they need someone who would help them, manage their social media accounts. They don't know how to, and you can imagine, I've once done it now, you understand, and you collect money here, at least start from there, and then from there you can begin to rise, learn more skills, learn this email marketing, you understand, and so this world of digital is broad, and that is where the world is going. So if you are still waiting in analog, you are still waiting, see, things are changing already, like you said. COVID-19 brought a change to everything. You understand? The world shifted from physical to virtual. You understand? And like Deborah said, many people, when COVID was over, many people lost their job because they were no longer needed. Mm-hmm. So don't wait until your boss tells you, sir, have this letter. Say, what is this, sir? My promotion letter. No, promotion indeed. And then say, don't open it here. Don't go and when they say don't open it here, you understand? So don't wait till it's that time. And by that time, you might have a family already. So how do you cope for your family? So a lot has been said today. Before I allow Mr. Atubi give us his final words for today, of course, we might still have to bring him some other time, but we just have to, end it here.
You even bring him because I'll buy him food.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So I wanted to say something. You see now. All right. Give us the final before Mr.
Oh, myself.
Yes.
Well, I lost my line of thought while listening to you, but anyways, I'll say now we have heard a lot, and we've heard that go into yourself, like we used to say, and go and check that thing that actually works for you, and then get a skill, get a mentor. We are not overflogging getting a mentor. It's the point where, like he said, when you get a mentor, it shortens your way to the top. It makes you know the mistakes not to make, and then you know what to do early. Even when you make mistakes, it will be lesser than the mistakes that you would have made if you had no mentor. So learn to be submissive, learn to
what to do, learn to learn.
Right. And like he said, don't just think, don't feel like you are bribing people. Learn to, in quotes, be in the good books of people, so that when you want to learn, they'll be willing to teach you. If you've been good to them before, if you've been this or that, it's not. Now we are Christians, of course, we should be those like that I've said now. But even if you feel like, I'm not, for the fact that you might, which you don't know who you would need help from later in future, learn to be good to everybody, learn to help people, so that when you need help, on a platter of gold, you get it. So now that you might need skills from that person you fought with yesterday. Maybe you should apologize today, so that you will be planning the next month. You ask for it. So be doing good, buy something. You're not just trying to be hypocritical, you're trying to be a good person that you're meant to be. So let's learn one or two things from what we've learned today.
Thank you very much for that. Concerning, being good people, because you never can tell who God will use for you to get a skill or something. Now, I know of someone, his name is Tunde. He's a web designer, and he learned the web designing skill from his neighbor. In fact, he wasn't even seeing the need for that. It was the man that was even disturbing him that, come and learn this skill. He
Can you
felt,
imagine?
I think he was into social media marketing, and so he didn't see the need. You know, that one kept disturbing. I think it was the second or third time that by himself, I think God had to, guy, you are missing an opportunity. Then he had to now, you know, submit himself, learned it. Not long after that time, the guy relocated. That's the neighbor relocated. You understand? So, but if he had not been good to the neighbor, he would not have.
He wouldn't even care to even tell him to come and learn.
Off that skill now. So as far as this new generation is concerned, of course, the end time is here already. So before Jesus comes, I think it is the skill age that would precede the second coming of Christ. That's what I feel. So if you have not been thinking in this direction, if you have not been taking it seriously, like you need to get a skill. If it's not digital skill, if your own is not digital skill, any kind of skill, just get a skill. Last week we talked about video editing, we talked about photography. There's just something you can do. In fact, every part of your body now can make money. Your hand can make money. Your eyes. You understand? There was something, I think, watching adverts to make money. I saw something like that.
Yeah, you can even read some, I think you can check some news. I think reading some newsletters make you money or something.
Can you imagine? So your eyes can make you...
Your mouth can make you money. Reviews. Some people on Instagram, what they just do is they eat food and make reviews. People now call them to come and eat and make reviews, and they make their money from it. What can't give us money?
Exactly. So what we need to do now is we need to sit down, forgive the government, forgive your parents, forgive everything. Just shut them out now. It's you and you now. You understand? And you know, get it. Like I love the way Deborah put it. She said, get into yourself. You understand? Like get into yourself. Know yourself. Okay. This is what I love to do. This is my area of, like, for instance, I know myself. If I want to consider a tech skill now, I know what direction to go. I know what to pick up. So don't say because or your friend is doing this and is making money, you want to, like our brother now. You just that man, he said he's doing this. Let me just no. Find what works for you. Find what works for you and maximize Google and YouTube. Everything you need is there. Just think of anything. Just type. Even if it doesn't make sense, Google will help you rearrange it and give you something that relates to some of the things you have typed. So,
and I think if you are doing a job already, you can even type a skill, a digital skill that has to do, or that is in line with your job. In case you even have an emotional attachment with your job that you feel this is what you should do, there is a skill that you can still do to give you an edge or to make you better in what you do. If it is HR you're doing, at least I was told that an HR person should go to learn data science because of course you have to work with data all through. And now, soonest, HR offices will be let off. So if you have that digital skill of data science, of course, they'll need people that will handle a software. In case it's a software that's just handling all those things, they'll need somebody that can handle it. If you can, you remain an HR person. So make sure that you look for that thing that works with what you're doing.
Let me give to that. If you can, you remain an HR person. If you can't, you're out. Hey! Is somebody waking up? Of course, you should not be sleeping right now.
No, wake up. Like even while your eyes are open, wake up.
So, Mr. Atubi, we, like Yoruba will say, let me try and interpret it. We desire, or it is our desire, that we keep chewing the meat, but the drum.
The esophagus won't let it. Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So something is drawing it.
It's peristaltic movements in the esophagus. Sorry, I did physiology, so I can understand now. The peristaltic movements in the esophagus will not allow us.
So the summary is that we wish we could continue this discussion, but because of time constraints, we need to end it so that we'll not be sacked. The sack was enough. All right, Mr. Atubi.
Have you not learned to skill? So that when they sack you.
Oh, that's but don't sack us. Our director will want to know.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, give us your final.
So don't forget, get a mentor. Even in the Bible, you know, you see that mentorship.
Yeah.
You see Elijah mentored Elisha. You see Jesus mentored 12 disciples. Moses mentored Joshua and Caleb. You see Paul mentored Timothy, and you know the lives Peter mentored. Who again? They all need to find a mentor and submit yourself to your mentor. You get it now? Newton said that if I had seen farther than all my make, he said because I have sat on the shoulder of giants. So God will help us. We'll get there together.
Amen.
Amen. In the mouth of two or more, the truth shall be established. We quoted this last week.
All right.
Thank
We
you.
end it here today. A lot has been said. If you know these things and you do them, happy and
yeah.
ye. So let's get to work. Let's get to work. There's money. This money day. This money.
Make it together.
Yes, yeah, and you don't need to make it just within the 4 walls of Nigeria again. You make it from abroad, and by the time you convert it here, it's something. You understand? So
Instead of thinking of Yahoo.
exactly.
If your neighbor is doing Yahoo, just focus on skill.
Exactly.
You won't be better.
You will be better.
Because-
And you have free.
Doing
content.
Yes,
you
self-
even do more work than some of all these things.
Imagine.
Oh, really?
Yes,
All night.
several sleepless nights.
It's not worth it.
Wait,
You don't have to do
Have
that.
you done it before?
We know people that do it. You I'm tired of you.
I think today. No, but, all right. So
Thank you for
end it
joining
here.
us. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Can't steal my energy. Melody. Hey, hey, come off it. Can't steal my energy. No, melody. Ah, hey, come off it. Hey.
I dey live my life and I mind my business. As I dey praise Jehovah daily, that's my business. Hey, enemies will come, go they fall for me sake. I'm on a meta blessing, they come my way. Cause you are not the same, I'm not one of them. Cause you are not the same, I'm not one of them. I just stay my lane, I'm not one of them. Cause we are not the same, I'm not one of them. I still my energy. I'm an energy man. Melody. I'm in a melody man. Hey. Come off it. Ah, melody. For the melody man. Come on. Like a keeper, I stay my post. When I come out, I then get post. Cause I pull up inside the ghost. And me and my fellas, we make a toast. And I feel like today. That's my daddy, Baba look baby. Gbogbo ìbùkún yẹn ló dùn tó yìí. Ọmọ kìlọ̀ fún ọ̀tá mi. And I feel like today. That's my daddy, Baba look baby. Gbogbo ìbùkún yẹn ló dùn tó yìí. Ọmọ kìlọ̀ fún ọ̀tá mi. Cause you are not the same, I'm not one of them. Cause we are not the same, I'm not one of them. I just stay my lane, I'm not one of them. Cause we are not the same, I'm not one of them. Cause we are not the same, I'm not one of them. Cause we are not the same, I'm not one of them. I just stay my lane, I'm not one of them. Cause we are not the same, I'm not one of them.
Hills Play.
I'm an energy man. I'm in a melody man.
Come off it. Ah, melody. For the